Gia, my phone did that thing this morning where it shows you a photo from years ago, and it completely derailed me. I just sat there grinning at it like an idiot.
Oh, those are dangerous. There's always one photo that does that to me too. Completely stops me in my tracks.
Right, okay, let's just run with that. Tell me about a photograph you actually love. Not a nice one that means something. So, paint me a picture. Which one came to mind first?
I'd say this one photo a friend took of me, and I didn't even know she was taking it. We were having dinner on a rooftop, the last night of a trip, and she just lifted her phone on a whim and caught me mid-laugh. It wasn't planned at all.
Hold on, where was this? Just so I can picture it.
Oh, it was an island place we hit for a long weekend. Kind of off-season, the kind of town where everything closes by 9. We'd done this whole big day at the beach, and the dinner was supposed to be a quick thing. None of us planned to stay on that rooftop for 4 hours.
Quick flag. You said on a whim. That's so much better than suddenly. It tells me there was no plan behind it, which is the whole point of a candid shot. We'll come back to it. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly. No plan. And because of that, I got caught off guard. I'm mid-sentence, my eyes are half shut, one hand's up in the air. I'd never have posed like that. If she'd said smile, I'd have gone stiff immediately.
So it's the unposedness that you like. Be honest though, isn't it a slightly unflattering photo then?
Totally. It's blurry, half my face is cut off, the lighting's a mess, and it's still my favorite one. All my posed photos look like ID cards. This one actually looks like a person having a good night.
All that. Caught off guard. Most people would just say, I was surprised, but yours carries the I wasn't ready part too. Different vibe entirely. I'll unpack it later. What happened with the photo after?
I'd say, I sent it to me, and I just kept it. And honestly, every time it pops up, it takes me back to that exact night. The food, the noise, how my face hurt from laughing. It's strange how one slightly rubbish photo can do that.
And you printed it, didn't you? You mentioned that earlier. What made you go physical with it?
Yeah, a few of my friends have got back into printing photos, even using those little compact cameras again instead of phones. So I ordered a print, stuck it on my fridge, and now I see it every morning. On a screen, it would just get buried under 10,000 other shots.
What's it like seeing it every single morning? Do you just walk past after a while?
Some mornings, I genuinely don't notice it, yeah. But other mornings, if it's been a rough week, I'll stop and I'll just stand there with my coffee for a second. It's strange how much one photo can recalibrate you. There's something quietly grounding about looking at a version of yourself that was really, really happy.
There, it takes me back. That little phrasal verb does more emotional work than it reminds me of the trip. Examiners notice when feeling rides on a phrasal verb. Hold that thought, keep going.
What I love is that it's basically frozen in time. Like, nothing about that night can change now. We've all moved cities. That rooftop place actually closed down. But in the photo, we're all still right there, mid-laugh, and we always will be.
Okay, that one's gorgeous. Frozen in time. 3 words and the whole image lands. Beats, it shows a moment from the past. That's exactly the texture we want. Right, let me zoom out for a sec.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've got thousands of photos on my phone, and I almost never look at them. But this one, printed on the fridge, I actually stop and notice it. It takes me back every single time, even just for a second on my way to make coffee. I think a photo only really matters when it pulls something out of you like that. Otherwise, it's just storage.
Is anyone from that night still in your life now, or has the group kind of scattered?
Mostly we're still in touch, yeah. 2 of them live abroad now, 1 moved cities for work, but we still text fairly often. It's a bit weird, actually. That photo is almost the proof that all of us were once in the same room at the same time. We can never quite replicate that night. But at least it happened, and at least we caught it.
That's a good point to push on. Do you think we take too many photos now? Has it cheapened them a bit?
In a way, yeah. When you take 50 shots of the same thing, none of them feel special. You're not really there, you're just collecting. I'd say the rare ones we go back to are usually the ones nobody set up, the ones taken on a whim.
Last one, then I'll let you go. What holds a moment better, do you think? Your memory or the photo?
Honestly, both, but they do different jobs. My memory has the feeling, but it goes fuzzy over time. The photo keeps the detail frozen in time, even if I forget half the night. I think the photo holds the picture, and the memory holds the warmth, and you sort of need the two together.
All right, nice work there, Gia. Before we wrap up, let's go back and look at a few of the expressions you used. I want you to really lock these in.
Yes, please. I'd love to get these down properly.
First up, on a whim. Gia, before I explain, what do you think it actually means?
I think it means doing something quickly without really thinking about it first, kind of spontaneously.
Close, and that's the common trap. It's not about speed, it's about no plan. You do something on a whim because the impulse just hits you, not because it's fast.
Oh, got it. So suddenly is about how quick it was, and on a whim is about there being no reason or plan behind it.
Exactly that. And you used it beautifully. You said, quote, "She just lifted her phone on a whim and caught me mid-laugh. No setup, no warning. Perfect use."
Yeah, that one honestly just came out. I wasn't reaching for a fancy phrase. It felt like the natural word.
And that's the lift. Most candidates would say, "She suddenly took a photo," which is fine but flat. On a whim tells the examiner you can color an action with a real idiom.
So is there anything I should watch out for, or can I use it pretty much anywhere?
One rule, keep it for unplanned choices, not things that just happen fast. "I bought it on a whim" works. "The bus stopped on a whim" doesn't. A bus has no impulse.
Ha, right, that makes sense. It needs a person making an impulsive decision behind it.
Exactly. One to bank. "I booked the trip on a whim and it turned out to be the best decision of the year." Say it back.
I booked the trip on a whim, and it turned out to be the best decision of the year.
Perfect. That one's yours now. Next, caught off guard. Gia, in your own words, what's the feeling behind it?
I'd say it's being surprised, but the kind where you weren't ready at all. Something hits you before you can prepare for it.
That's spot on, and that not ready part is the whole value of the phrase. Surprised on its own doesn't tell me you were unprepared. This does.
Right, so it's a stronger, more specific version of surprised, rather than just a fancier word for it.
Exactly, and it fit your photo perfectly. You said, quote, "Because of that, I got caught off guard. I'm mid-sentence, my eyes are half shut." That's the unposed moment in one phrase.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I genuinely had no idea the camera was even pointed at me at that point.
And here's the band lift. A band 6 answer says, "I was surprised in the photo." Yours says you were unprepared and exposed. Richer picture, same number of seconds.
So is there a situation where I shouldn't use it? It feels like it could fit almost anywhere.
One thing to watch, it leans slightly negative or vulnerable. For a purely happy surprise like a gift, caught off guard can sound off. Save it for moments you genuinely weren't braced for.
Got it. So for a nice surprise party, I'd maybe say something warmer, but for a tough exam question, this is perfect.
Precisely. Bank this one. The question caught me off guard, so I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind. Try it.
The question caught me off guard, so I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind.
Lovely. That's locked in.
Number 3, takes me back. Gia, what's it doing emotionally, do you think?
I think it's when something pulls you straight into an old memory. Like you can almost feel that moment again, not just remember it.
Beautifully put. That's the difference. Remind is in your head. Takes me back is like being transtorted. It does more emotional work for the same breath.
Oh, I like that. So it's not just recalling a fact, it's kind of reliving the feeling of being there.
Exactly. And you nailed it. You said, quote, "Every time it pops up, it takes me back to that exact night. The food, the noise, how my face hurt from laughing.
The detail makes it land.
Yeah, I was kind of proud of that one. I could actually picture the whole night as I said it.
And that's the lift. The flat version is, it reminds me of the trip. Grammatically fine, but it's a phrasal verb carrying real feeling that tells the examiner you're fluent, not reciting.
So how do I make sure it sounds natural and not like I just memorized a phrase for the test?
Always give it a destination. Takes me back to that summer. Takes me back to university. Naming where it returns you to is what keeps it vivid instead of generic.
Got it. So I follow it with a specific time or place rather than leaving it floating on its own.
Right. Bank this rep. That song takes me back to my first year of university every single time. Say it back to me.
That song takes me back to my first year of university every single time.
Perfect. That's yours now. Last one, and it's my favorite. Frozen in time. Gia, what picture does that put in your head?
Something that's completely still while the world keeps moving. Like a moment that got preserved and just never changed at all.
That's the image exactly. The power is in the contrast. Everything around it moves on, but that one thing stays put. It's vivid and a little poetic.
Oh, nice. So it's not just it stayed the same. It's that it stayed the same while everything else moved on around it.
Right. And listen to how you used it. You said, quote, "It's basically frozen in time. We've all moved cities, that rooftop place closed down, but in the photo, we're all still right there." Textbook contrast.
Yeah, that's genuinely how it feels when I look at it. Everyone's scattered, but in that frame, we're all still together.
And that's the band lift. The flat version is the photo shows a moment from the past. Yours compresses the same idea into 3 words and paints a picture. Far stronger range.
So is there a wrong way to use it? It feels like quite a strong, dramatic phrase to drop in.
Good instinct. Save it for something genuinely unchanged while life moves on. A photo, an old town, a room left untouched. Don't use it for something just paused for a second. That's too small for it.
Got it. So it's for the big, lasting kind of stillness, not just hitting pause on something for a moment.
Exactly. Bank this one. Walking into my grandparents' house is like stepping somewhere frozen in time. Say it back.
Walking into my grandparents' house is like stepping somewhere frozen in time.
Perfect. That's the set. 4 phrases, all yours now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've got thousands of photos on my phone, and I almost never look at them. But this one, printed on the fridge, I actually stop and notice it. It takes me back every single time, even just for a second on my way to make coffee. I think a photo only really matters when it pulls something out of you like that. Otherwise, it's just storage. Yeah, and that's the thing. I've got thousands of photos on my phone, and I almost never look at them. But this one, printed on the fridge, I actually stop and notice it. It takes me back every single time, even just for a second on my way to make coffee. I think a photo only really matters when it pulls something out of you like that. Otherwise, it's just storage.